12 Straight and Wise, District of the Ten, North Quarter, Island of Our Lady, Republic of Arbenhale. His Right Honourable Lord Howell, Ministry of His Majesty's Separate Matters. His Right Honourable Lord Aaron Year, Ministry of Undeviated Souls. Honourable Resident Minister Wace Longpen, Parasandra. Amon Hada. Kim Judea. Tristan Yue. That's it. That's how you say her name, Tristan Yue. She is the first daughter to Prince Cenedorn Yale and Terrace Blackthorn and the younger twin sister to Prince Tristan II, now one of the kings of Cavarel. Surely there is some power, some secret grace, that slows the days in favor of this strange house. The matriarch of the House of Yale is the enchanting River, Silent N, who, despite being Tristan Yue's grandmother, herself appears no more than 30 years of age. Cherished by His Majesty, our best ministers, and the Eastern nobility for her warm soul, charity, and fondness for our Commonwealth, Lady River Yale is most deserving of the broad affection she receives. Further, it is not a deception to say that if one did not know the proper kinship between River and Tristan Yue, one could not be shamed for thinking them sisters. However, such longevity and youth do complicate things greatly. Not all grandmothers are so beautiful. Immortality, or should I say, primortality, is very confusing to those social formalities to which so many have grown accustomed. As for River, she is of the black race of the south, an ebony folk called the Dinner Margot. The great island of their origin is regarded by the Sablers, who inherited the tongue and terms of the unconquered Vin Veneer, as Sonu Le Gray. The lesser provinces of their archipelago have their names, their respective tribes, and their slightly varying customs, but all swore fidelity to their kings, the Yaleen. You may have already deduced the Yales' claimed descent from those ancient island kings. The Dinner Margot have waited for millennia for the return of their rulers, and the arrival of the Yales from Royos, wherever that is, may presage a royal reunion between the Commonwealth's best allies and these old island people. It is worth mentioning that the Yales refer to themselves as Kytherians, former tenants of Caitha, an island that moves through the Sea of Pleats. They take no offense at the more popular term for their race, Dinner Margot. Since the sailing days of the sea-prowling Rothbards, there have been fables of Sonu Le Gray, a lush jungle isle of sapphire blue reefs, savannas, and mountains where great horned apes and jaguars live and run. There, these dark people enjoy their paradise. It is a place where coffee, ebony, mocha, carob, and cedar are the hues, and the fair flesh of elves and our pale northern skin are unknown. The reports of Sonu Le Gray, both ancient and modern, paint a pastoral image of topless spear-wielding maidens, mighty kings decked in the dotted skins of great cats, proud tribes, and fiercer ways that would seem strange to northern ears, but these Yales give no impression of such brute manners, but better ones. Among the Yales, I often feel this Royos of which they speak may be less a place than a time, for though I never feel they speak down to me, I do often feel they are speaking back to me, as if I have not kept pace with some secret of which they alone have custody. And though they can speak Kytherian, they prefer Royosian which, aside from their family, seems to have few living speakers, something I will address later. As for Tristan Yue herself, her features rest at the best intersection of her southern ancestry and that enigmatic race from whom the Loring king claims descent. Her eyes are large, her lips plush, her nose straight and narrow as the Roy of Royos, whoever they are, wherever that is, are said to possess. Unlike most of her cousins and aunts who have amber or gold-flecked eyes, Tristan Yue's eyes are bright blue, which I am told is rare among her race. Often I have looked into them and seen the full strength of whatever mood was driving her at the moment. I have seen joy in abundance, and hope many times, but also sadness, grief, and, more than once, fear. And anger. Lots of that. If I have luxuriated in describing the beauty of this young and resourceful ally, please forgive me. Being a man of rougher ways, I am so rarely invited to comment on pretty things. With such a woman before the senses, would that I had been born a poet. Now to the formidable side of this matter. In my service to the Ministry of His Majesty's Separate Matters. Here, in secret, let me call it by its more deadly name, the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare and Strange Auspices. I have learned much about the dangerous man who claims River Yale as his wife. The Loring King. Prince of Wands. Sino Daxorn, if we dare to say it. Such a man outdangers even the lost Prince Gast, that throne-stealing fiend of old. It is believed the ancient power of the Loring King flows in the veins of his sons and daughters, and their sons and daughters after them, including Tristan Yue. However, I have seen no evidence in her of that ancient craft, the terrible gift of the Saxor, the Loring Hex. Here I must question whether or not my employment, and that of hacks, to defend Tristan Yue from any kind of harm or class of peril, should not be reinforced with 1,000 men. Though I am confident in my skills, the land of the Pillars is a dangerous realm. Should I fail, And Hack's fall, what will prevent the Loring King's revenge? Upon those who killed his granddaughter, or those who assigned so small a guardianship for her? Should the Loring King be brought to wrath, I fear the world itself would tremble for it. This is worth considering. The hour has grown late here, and the bells are ringing. Hax and I must return to the ladies' company. I conclude this letter with this notice: we are travelling to a small mountain sabler fort on the east side, the Kimjudean side, of the transom at Tiltashorn. There, we will rendezvous with the garrison who guard the Devil's Backbone and enfold them into our dispossession of the Tharn of Widows from those warlocks hiding there. In this matter, I remain your faithful servant, Baloroy.